Hey everybody, Coach D with TackleTrading.com here to walk you through a coach's mailbag email response. So I got an email, we got an email from Martin who had a question about some fundamental data he had found. We had a chart and he found this chart of Micron showing a trailing 12 month, a PE ratio over, trailing 12 month over the last 5+ years or so. And there's a big old hole in the chart in that data. And so the question was, well, what's up with that chart? What's up with that data? And so, it took me a minute to kind of realize that I had to ask the question, where was the source of the data? And so I did some quick searching. And here's basically what I came up with. The data came from Y charts. So this is the actual chart itself in question. And again, we're looking at a 5-year picture. And it's showing that trailing 12-month, PE ratio. And there's this big old hole in the data for part of 2016 and 17. And so I just expanded my search. Sometimes when you're looking at economic data, stock market data, fundamental data, it's possible that data is missing or corrupted. And you might be getting a misrepresentation of that. So the best thing you can do is go check additional sources of data. So I just did a quick search, and I found the same chart here on Zacks, again, a 5-year trailing 12-month PE ratio, and it shows a complete set of data with a big dip in the chart about where that hole in the data was there. And then I expanded the search further just to see what else I could find, and I came across the same data on Y charts, excuse me. And then I found the data also over here on macro trends, and it shows a similar hole in the chart on the data on that trailing 12-month PE ratio. And so I started looking for more and more data, and I went and I checked out what I could find with my broker. And what I found with my broker was, here's what I think the answer is to the question. And again, it's just by expanding my search and looking for where the data might be missing or corrupt. Now, what I found here is that in 2016, you'll notice that they've got negative earnings for part of that 2016. So it looks like I had positive earnings, positive earnings, positive earnings, a negative earnings, and then a positive earnings. And so I think what happened here is that the way that they calculate that data couldn't handle the negative number. So all of a sudden the chart just goes blank. And so, they had a couple of quarters where they were losing money. And so that's what I see reflected in those price charts, in those TTM charts, is again that some places show just a dip or a lull in the data. Here it shows that it went negative. And again, looking at that hole in the data, just seeing that the PE data is missing, kind of a big clue there, where some people are reporting and it's probably showing that trailing 12-month, which is average that out. And again, anytime you run into anomalies on your charts, your question in the mind should be why. Why is there a hole in the chart? Why is there a bad piece of data, missing data? And you can oftentimes, just by double checking different data resources, you can figure out what the issue is. Or if you can understand how they calculate the chart, you can figure out where the flaw is. Hopefully this was a helpful answer for you. I think the answer is that over the period of time in question, that there was some negative earnings reports that caused the hole in that chart. So this is Coach D with the Mailbag. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.